Hello and welcome to the Winter Disco channel. In this video, we are checking out the latest pre-orders for Games Workshop for the 4th of July 2020, and I can tell you it's books, 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 and more books. First up, the biggest release for this week is the Age of Sigmar General's Handbook 2020. We're looking at the special edition, which is called the Warlord Edition, for 125 Australian dollars. Will vary in your location, but we can have a look here. In this kit, you get the book, whole bunch of tokens, and a whole bunch of cards. Let's have a quick look through here. So, of course, the handbook, the Pitch Battle Profiles 2020, which will be a book of just the battles itself. Whole bunch of tokens, some more cards. And there we go, some cards. Even get a little bit of a ruler there, which is kind of nice. And what else have we got here? Some more of the same stuff. I'm trying to see if we can get some pages here. So here we go. If you can read those contents, it has been up on the Warhammer community website. But you have some new rules for open play where it is about sky battles. So that'll be super interesting as we're getting some more flying stuff around, particularly with the Cateron Overlords. They got a lot of flying stuff. And then it goes into more like narrative play, some match play. And then Conquest Unbound. I don't quite know what that is. Looks like it has a whole bunch of different stuff. So you have like the open war army generator, open war terrain, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's cool. Page-wise, has a whole bunch of all the points as well. And there we go. We have some of the cards there. So if you are a keen player, definitely get this one because it comes with exclusive stuff to the Warlord Edition. 12 large pitch battle plans, 6 large meeting engagement battle plans, 7 large realm of battle cards, and then we get tons of tokens. So 48 tokens, 2 summoning rulers, 6 objective markers, 6 command point tokens, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then triumph cards and auxiliary objective cards. So we can see the new open play rules there. Skies of Slaughter, so taking it up in the sky, which is kind of cool. You also have the standard edition, which is just the book, of $55 Australian. And again, it's sort of exactly the same rules, same everything. So we won't need to go over that again. And we've got some Blood Bowl stuff. So some two interesting teams this week. A mix of Skaven and Goblin for the first one, which I think it's like really cool. Basically, a key feature is you no longer have to choose between skittering Skaven and madcap Goblins. I think that's really cool. It really allows you to mix up the teams a bit and not choose between the two of those. So this team itself is 74 Australian. We won't look at the models there. We'll have a look at more in situ. So you get a whole bunch of Goblins, whole bunch of Skaven in there, which is pretty cool. And what I found interesting, this transfer sheet, it looks really cool. I haven't really seen too many of the Blood Bowl transfer sheets, but if you love numbers, there you go. Get you tons of numbers in. So let's look at some sprues here. We have, looks like this is just Skaven on here with, of course, the Blood Bowl token, which is always a nice thing to add into the sprue. Yeah, it looks like it's just Skaven. So a whole bunch of arms and things and some footballs, which is kind of cool. Then we have this is a smaller sprue, but it looks bigger. And this just has the goblins on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 goblins it looks like. And honestly, you could grab these heads. They look really cool in some kind of elite battle goblin unit for Age of Sigmar as well. Yeah, you could probably use the bodies too, just giving them weapons instead. That'd be kind of cool. And then we have a few other of the goblins, so 2 more goblins there. I think, or a Skaven. I can't tell. I think that down in the bottom corner there, that's a Skaven head. I can't really tell though. So you got that one for 74, and then you have the other one, Binnenheim Maulers. So this is humans, dwarves, and halflings. And the halflings, come on, the halflings are just ridiculous. I need to find images of just the halflings. Oh, they don't even have the halflings there. Okay. I love the halfling team that I don't think it's come out yet. I can't remember, to be honest, but I just think they're absolutely adorable. These guys, just pots and pans on their head. And for me, that just sells the team. I love it. The humans, I can take it near there. But the dwarves as well. They're really, really nice. So I'm just looking around at this image. I just love the character of this. And just the halflings. Just give me a team of more halflings. More halflings. So again, we do have the transfer sheet, tons of transfers on there. So you could use that in 40k, even that one. That's a Space Marine chapter right there, or even a a unit thing for an Astra Militarum unit, why not? And the numbers there will work really well. So it's interesting to get your hands on one of those. So let's look at the sprues. Humans, straightforward humans. Single pose, but the pose is alright. Looks like they kind of mirrored a bit, but just mixed up a little tiny bit, so not too difficult. Heads are separate. The front of the bodies look to be separate, so not much variation there. We get some dwarves. I love how the hair is all separate. That's actually really cool. That's really nice. I can imagine kit bashing this, cutting up some of this hair, sticking it on some space wolves. Or, come on, let's just bring squats back, please. I know it's kind of a joke and a meme to talk about, what about squats? But I like squats. I think they can be really cool. I think they've done some really cool stuff in Necromunda with like the 2 or 3 squats that they've brought out. That's really cool. And then we have the cute boys. Oh, these guys are adorable. I love their helmets. And it's a colander. That's not going to do anything at all. I love it. There we go. So the Mindenheim Maulers. So 3 different races in that, which is kind of cool. So for $74. Then we also have the Blood Bowl Spike Journal issue 9, which will have all the rules for those in there. It also includes the Chaos Renegades and the 2 teams we just talked about. So that's cool. What else have they got in there? So Chaos Renegades, the Renegade Playbook. Look at some of the different players and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. So if you are a Blood Bowl player, it's always worthwhile getting that. So we can have a look at the page. Very bright and colorful. I love the art style for it because it's just ridiculous. So that's $25. Now, oh no, we're not quite ready for the books. I'm getting ready for the books. I forgot we do actually have a new board for Blood Bowl. So as far as I can tell, it's double-sided for 78 Australian, and you get the Old World Alliance pitch and the Underworld Denizens pitch. So that's pretty cool. Let's just make that bigger so we can get a better look at them. Yeah, I mean, I love the pictures that you can get. I think they're really cool. I mean, you can only use them for Blood Bowl, but I think if you are a player, you're not someone who's spending a ton of money to play Blood Bowl. Usually you have 1 or 2 teams and you can get a team for like $75. So I think you're likely to buy all this extra stuff as well. Yeah, so we've got the different dugouts for each of the teams there and the boards. Kind of cool. Right. There's one more. Blood Bowl Old World Alliance team card pack. So this has a whole bunch of cards in it. I'm not that familiar with Blood Bowl, but has that. So we have the Flint Churnblade, a chainsaw wielding loony. Lovely. I think that's cool. And a nice little fella there. So that one's going for $43. And yeah, Games Workshop cards are expensive, but like I said, you're generally not going to spend too much money if you're playing Blood Bowl. Now we have all the books. Books, tons of books. So because Inferno is coming back, I can't remember if they've actually released the latest one. I'm not sure. But they're doing the print-on-demand versions of the older ones. So now we have issues 26 through to 35. You can buy them in a full pack of 120. So you get tons. Let's just go through. There's tons of different ones. I'm not going to go through them individually. But there's some Eisenhorn going on there. We got some craziness happening there. That seems to be old worldy stuff. It's definitely a Khorne Berserker, Space Marine. We've got a few other bits and pieces, some more Space Marines. So yeah, this is the fiction. So there's lots of short stories and comics and things like that. So you can pick that up for $120. So you get, let's bring up that one. You get all these issues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 issues. And you can buy them individually. I think I brought that up. No, you can buy them. Oh my God, I'm all over the place now. Where have I gone? Here it is. You can buy those individually. I think the price was $25 each. Sorry, $12 each. I was wrong, not $25, $12. So that's pretty good if you want some short stories and some comics for $12. That's pretty good. But let's get on to the rest of the books. We have The Siege of Terror, Book 4. And this is one that I've been waiting for. $45, and this is the hardback version, and I love the hardback version. There's sort of like this matte cover that is like really. So this is the traitor host of Horus tightening its grip on the Palace of Terror, and one by one the walls and bastions begin to crumble and collapse. So Dawn's there before he runs off without a hand. He's building up his forces, and really this is just pushing through. So it seems to be we have the big boy, the big bloody boy coming in. He has been fighting already on the surface. I think in the last book he was there, or book 2. I can't actually remember. He jumped on a spaceship and flew through the atmosphere and then just jumped down and started wailing on people. But because he's a demon prince, it makes it a bit difficult for him to be on Terra. So I'm excited for this. This might be when he actually breaches the wall, which is very exciting. So this is definitely one to pick up if you are a fan of the Horus Heresy series or the Horus Heresy in general. I haven't read all of the Horus Heresy. I've read a fair bit, but I have been reading all of the Siege of Terror. So I'm definitely going to get my hands on this at some stage, but I may wait for it to become in softback. So just a little bit cheaper. Speaking of paperbacks, we have book 2, Lost in the Dams, at 27 Australian dollars. So this is book 2, and we've got Sanguinius there doing his Sanguinius thing, being all Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. Let's be honest, we all know where the art's influence from. So we have that book coming out, and I enjoyed that book. It was nice to see Sanguinius get out there and sort of show why he's that charismatic leader. Just his presence has an effect on people, which is really nice. We have another hardback, this time for Age of Sigmar, which is Lady of Sorrows. I don't know too much about this one, but we'll read the quick synopsis. In Shaiish, twin towns face horror. The spectral hordes of Lady Orlando will soon rise and devour their souls. One hero must stand against them. But can he face the Lady of Sorrow? So it's set in Westreach and Eastdale, and they exist on the edge of annihilation. Yeah, so it looks like they're coming to take some bodies, which is always something that they do. Creepy skeletons and zombies. So we have a 40k book now, Mark of Faith. This is an Adepta Sororitas novel. I still get tripped up on those words. So you can check that one out as well. And then finally, we have a Necromunda book with a really weird cover, because there's Necromunda. This is Soulless Fury. This is a $20 paperback. So Fuhrer is feared in the Underheim as the sinister murderer known as It's Madonna. We know. They've changed the name. We know it's Madonna. Yeah, so it's following her around, which is kind of cool. So there you go. Tons of books. Tons of magazines, if you want to get your hands on those. But probably the biggest one is we can go back to here, the General's Handbook for Age of Sigmar. Now, next week is June the 11th, and we know what that is. That's the 40k 9th edition pre-order window. So I'm going to be on that straight away as soon as it hits midday, because that's when the prices come out and the pre-orders go up for Australia. I'm on it because I have a feeling, I don't know if it'll sell out straight away, but like the stores will have copies, but I want to be on there to get my copy. And there's a few other bits and pieces that should be coming out, like some game boards, some books, some not terrain pieces, but objective pieces. So there's going to be a few things to cover next week. So there you go. What was your pick of the week? Obviously, mine is the General's Handbook, but I am waiting for next week for all those goodies. So if you have liked this video, I do this every week on a Saturday afternoon Australian time. That's usually early Saturday morning for the rest of the world. So you can always expect that to come up. So if you do like these videos, definitely leave a like and subscribe. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.